Hello there, this is Jeffrey the Show from AIMC Business Solutions. Today, I'd like to go over Business Networking 101, how to network at an event and build your brand. So for our agenda today, I'll do a quick introduction, and then we'll go over why professional networking is important today, as always. Then we'll go over getting your social media profiles in order with focus on LinkedIn. Then how do you plan for business events? Which events to go to? What do you do? How do you dress up? How do you get prepared? And then how to network at an event? What questions to ask people that you meet at an event? And of course, the all important follow up. And then we'll go over some closing thoughts and some next steps. So a little quick introduction to me. So as I mentioned, I own AIMC Business Solutions, which is a digital internet marketing and IT business going on 14 years. I have social media certifications from Hootsuite as well as HubSpot. Been networking for 15 years. I founded Mass Professional Networking back in 2013. Been on LinkedIn since 2006, and I have a 30-year IT career and a Northeastern University graduate. So why is professional networking important today? Of course, networking can help you start your own business. It happened with me. I started networking back in 2007 at Northeastern. Met some entrepreneurs there, still in corporate. I started a little side hustle, started my own business, and that ended up being AIMC Business Solutions. Networking can also help you climb the career ladder because you're going to meet influencers that may influence your next career move and also make connections with people that know people that can help you make your next career move. Networking is a long-term investment. What that means is it's not a quick fix. You're not going to go there and close some deals. You're going to go there and build relationships, and relationships take time. So that's why it's a long-term investment. Networking also leads to lifelong friendships. Now, going back to those networking events I went to back in 2007, some folks I met then are still friends today. So I've made some great friendships over the years with people I've met at networking events. Business people that network are usually great positive influences to be around. I've taken it firsthand, going from a corporate job to a networking event. A corporate job, everyone's a little under stress. Go to a networking event, everyone's smiling, and you really would notice the difference going from one place to the other. And what will happen is, you will increase your confidence in yourself and push yourself to talk when you connect to new people. Because people are friendly and have that smile, your confidence will go up. As you network, you're going to expand your sphere of influence. So as you build connections and have thousands of connections and you meet people, you notice the same people, you may meet new people, your sphere of influence will increase as your network expands. You'll be able to practice and perfect talking about your business. So when you go to an event, I do encourage a quick elevator pitch, but I don't, in a way, I don't encourage it because you don't want to talk about yourself too much. But you may try something here and there and see how it works. And I would say keep it short. You can ask questions about at business networking events as a way to do marketing. I love, because I have a marketing background, I love talking to people. What do you do? What types of channels do you use to market your product or service? You'll meet people that you don't normally come across every day. And I can't say that enough, right? There is a definite divide between the people you work with and the people you meet at networking events. You meet people at networking events, it always seems to open up opportunities that you need to take advantage of. So going into social media, so LinkedIn is really the number one professional social media platform. Of course, depending on your business or what you do, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, sometimes Twitter, even YouTube could be also used. But I always say make sure your profiles are all star. So when it comes to LinkedIn, a professional picture, of course, you don't want to have a picture of yourself with a cocktail in your hand or sunglasses or anything like that. When with an all-star LinkedIn profile, professional header with targeted keywords, that is that's underneath your picture. I do not encourage you to put your job there. Absolutely not. Don't put your job there. That's your story. That's your brand. Use some great keywords that describe you. Now, a concise summary. with media links. The summary has to be about you. It shouldn't be about your company unless you own that company. All right. You gotta have a summary that tells your story. Don't be shy with experience. So when you start listing where you've worked or the companies that you've owned, really show your accomplishments. It's so important to do that. What have you done? What are you proud of? You want to complete your education section, because why you want to do that? Because that's going to help you build your network, right? You're going to build network with professionals from the schools that you've attended. So you want to do that. You want to have recommendations. You want to get at least I like to get at least 5 recommendations a year for people that you work with. And then last but not least, when you're on social media, you want to engage. What that means is like, share, comment on posts, and also share your own content. So you really want to have a complete profile because 40 times more likely you'll receive opportunities through LinkedIn. And of course, LinkedIn is kind of the baseline, right? The baseline platform when you're out networking. All right, so how do you plan for business networking events? So, events are a lot different today. There's a lot more virtual events versus on-site. We do both with Mass Professional Networking. So when you say get business cards ready, yes, business cards are still worthy, but I always like to use a LinkedIn app to connect to people. But really, what that also means is really have your kind of your what I like to do with virtual events is have a background about your business behind you. That's almost like your business card. Do not eat at an event. We take pride at our on-site events that we really don't have food because you're not there for dinner. You're there for networking. You're there to meet people, not to eat dinner. So I always say eat first because it's a little bit awkward eating. Know your goals and purpose. Why are you there? Always, write down why am I going to this event tonight? And I'm going to finish that for you. To build professional relationships that could lead to potential success. Write that down. You want to understand the dress code. Of course, at on-site events, you want to dress business casual. But I'm also going to say a dress code when you're networking virtually. You don't want to have like a tank top on when you're networking virtually. Remember, everyone's there for the same reason. They're there to meet you. They're there to help you. So what to do at an event? You want to be at the event on time. That's important because when you get there on time, you can help situate yourself and kind of meet the host of the events. Our events, we always have a couple people that host. Samantha and I are there. You want to do that. If you're shy, ask us to help you to introduce yourself to people there. That's what hosts are there for. They're there to help you, right? So when meeting someone, use eye contact and repeat their name. So when you shake their hands, look at them straight in the eye. Don't look around. Don't have the wandering eye, and repeat their name. It was nice to meet you, Jeff. Ask questions and do not pitch. And don't have the roving eye. Just mention that. Pitching is bad at an event. People, of course, they want to know what you do, what projects you're working on, but you really want to tailor that pitch towards questions with the person that you're talking to. You want to ask them questions versus just pitching you what you do for 10 minutes. So when you're at an event, instead of pitching, here's some ideas, right? Instead of that question, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, I'm a plumber. What do you do? I'm a tax accountant. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's the end of that conversation. Let's ask some real questions. What is your biggest professional accomplishment? How did you achieve it? What are you proud of? Who's your favorite business mentor? I love asking that question because you could tell who the business mentor is, what kind of person they are. Could be a colleague, doesn't need to be a celebrity. What's your favorite business book, show, or podcast? A lot of times when you ask somebody what book they read, it gives you an idea what kind of person they are. Are they entrepreneurial? Are they a space cadet? What do they do, right? This is a good question. What is your biggest challenge in business? We've gone through some serious challenges lately, especially with the pandemic and endemic. But that's really something to ask people. That's a great conversation starter, and then you can also talk about some ways to beat those challenges, right? Who's your perfect client? Who can introduce you to? I always like who would you like to meet? I always like to ask that question: is who would you like to meet tonight? What type of person? Because then you can go back and look at your connections and say, okay, I'm going to do some introductions to that person. And then we're going to marketing. What's your top marketing and networking strategy? What's worked for you? See, some of these questions are great questions. And you're going to find yourself, you're going to be talking to someone for 5 to 10 minutes and having a great constructive conversation versus hearing a pitch, hearing an elevator. Oh, what's your elevator pitch? What's my elevator pitch? Do you really want to hear that? Probably not, right? What's your favorite business networking group? That's professional networking. And then you want to get on the personal scale. What talents do you have? Do you play a music instrument? Do you like sports? This is going to really build that rep, right? That integrity. They're going to like you and they're going to help you. All right. So then you prepared for the event. You went to the event. You come home. You may have some business cards. You wrote down some names. You connected to a few folks on the LinkedIn app at the event. What do you want to do next? I always encourage everybody that you meet, you send them a nice to meet you email follow-up. Personalize it. Mention something you chatted about. Great thing to do. Of course, I mentioned connecting on LinkedIn, reviewing your profile for anticipation of the follow-up meeting. You may have a follow-up. If there was a common bond, if there's something that you can follow up on. Hold off connecting on other social platforms. I would say just do LinkedIn first. I'm a big proponent with Facebook and others that connect with people as you get to know them. And after the initial meeting, whether on phone or person, set up your calendar to reconnect with that person on a regular basis, monthly, quarterly, depending on how you collaborate. There's some great booking tools. I have a great booking tool on allmymarketing.info that you can use to download and use to book meetings. I also encourage everyone, especially today, to have your first meeting on Zoom, unless you live down the street from each other. And that way, it's a great time saver to do something online. Always remember events like birthdays and anniversaries, right? I love sending somebody a birthday wish on LinkedIn. Oh, it's their birthday today. Happy birthday. Or if I know them well enough, I'll text them. But that's a great way to stay in touch with people. And always remember, give, 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 give first. Give, give, give. Right? Be a resource to people. Be a resource to your new connection, because you know what's going to happen? They're going to think of you first. They think of you that you helped them out quite a lot. All right, so something I'd like you to do, when you go to an event, work with a partner, review what you've done at the network at events. Do you ask engaging question at events or sales pitch? Try to measure what you do. So what I encourage you, if you join Mass Professional Networking on LinkedIn or Facebook, and especially Facebook, you'll see what events are coming up. Write down these questions, bring a partner or an event, and do some of this stuff. You know, think about what you're struggling with at events and with social media. Again, going back to some of those questions we're asking, you want to be able to learn from each other, learn what works, what doesn't work, and adjust. And that's really where you should use networking events. And instead of looking at networking events, how many sales I need to close tonight. All right, we're in for a landing. So we offer a networking and personal branding toolkit. We'll help you plan and strategize what networking events make sense for you, what your goals are. So, we do offer that virtually today. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that. You help brand yourself. We can do a review of your LinkedIn profile for you. And then suggest some adjustments. We have a social media assessment as part of that. And then execute. For on-site events, we will shop around and go with you at events and help you network. So if you're really shy, you just don't like to go up to people, we'll help you. We can chaperone at on-site events. And most platforms start at $99. So just book an appointment. Just simply send me an email. I'm going to make it easy for you at jeff@amcbusinesssolutions.com. Say, hey, I'd like to set up some time with you to either help strategize, look at my LinkedIn profile, or come to an event with you. All right, some closing thoughts. Need to jumpstart your networking. Of course, I mentioned Mass Professional Networking on Facebook and LinkedIn. We have some events coming up as always, so just check out the events page on that. You need help with your social media plan or a business assessment, book a consultation with us. And of course, if you need any help with your website, social media, merchant services, print, or anything like that, I have another presentation that we did here on my company, AIMC Business Solutions. We can help you out with pretty much all your digital marketing needs. All right, so if you have any questions at all, just drop me a note privately, and we'll hopefully be able to answer you. I hope you enjoyed Business Networking 101. Thank you. This is Jeff DeSocio, AIMC Business Solutions, Mass Professional Networking.